The ummah is finished. What the heck are you talking about? What the F, This is why you don't know anything. Go and search it for yourself.
And as a revert or a convert, it's very annoying. You get sick of it.
Like, I find it so repulsive when someone says this. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Halal Snack Pack. In today's episode, we'll be talking about dumb Muslim comments. As always, we'll preface this video by saying this is not intended to attack any one specific person, but rather examine some comments and start a conversation about whether we should be saying these types of things.
And as always, this is a reminder to ourselves first and foremost. May Allah guide us and keep us on the straight path.
Ameen. So this first one we've seen quite a bit. The ummah is finished. So this comment, you might see it on some posts and some content. And what the content is about could be a Muslim doing something that is questionable, whether it's halal or haram. That's not the point of discussion. What we're focusing on here is the comment itself. The ummah is finished. When you associate the entire Muslim ummah to be finished because of the actions of one particular post, you're doing the exact same thing as what the Islamophobes are doing when they categorize Muslims as T-words, as the bad guys. It's exactly what the BBC are doing, the Fox News of the world are doing. When you lump everyone together and say, yeah, this guy represents the entire ummah. When you make such a big blanket statement like that, you're dismissing all of the good that's within the ummah. Of course, the thing that you're commenting about might not be good, might be haram for all that matter. But what you're actually doing is dismissing the entirety of the ummah for the sake of one person or for the sake of one post.
And for what? For some internet points, for some likes, some thumbs up. You're really cool. I agree with you. You're really cool.
I got a like. I got notification.
Someone agrees with me. I'm so smart.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Would you say the same for a widowed mother in Syria trying her best to provide for her children? Or would you say the same for a child in a war-torn country trying his best to be a hafiz of the Quran? Are they also finished?
Or would you say that about the lone revert who celebrates Ramadan alone? That they're finished? The husband taking 3 jobs to support their family, is he finished?
Or just the average Muslim trying his best every day to be a better Muslim, striving his or her hardest to be just a better Muslim, falling short sometimes, but always striving to better himself, better his community, and better his family. Is he also finished? When you make that comment, are you not also within the ummah? So by extension, are you also saying that you're finished?
You're finished. You're finished. You're finished.
Moving on to the next one. I am Muslim and I find this funny.
Like, I find it so repulsive when someone says this. Because this is usually done when a non-Muslim is like making fun of Islam or a Muslim practice. So when they're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. And for you to say, I'm Muslim but I find this funny, is also basically saying, yeah, you can laugh at me. Yeah, let's all laugh at Islam together.
I'll laugh with you. Basically, you're justifying their mocking and that will just escalate. It will just make them do it more. You're literally encouraging them to continue their mockery of Islam, of Muslims.
Yeah.
And what kind of Muslim does that make you?
And just be wary when you make these types of comments, or don't make them at all, because you might be opening the door that you don't want open at all. When you open the door to allow someone to make fun of you, where does it stop? Does it just continue to escalate and escalate and escalate until something happens? Don't justify their jokes and make them feel like it's okay to make fun of Islam, because it's not.
Just imagine that non-Muslims see these comments. What do they think about Islam? What do they think about you as a Muslim or the Muslim ummah, the Muslim community? That you're laughing about your religion? I don't think that would make them any
No, yeah.
These
it's
guys
all good.
don't take their religion seriously.
Yeah.
They're just joking about it.
That is one thing that draws a lot of attention to Islam. Like, people who get interested in Islam, a lot of them say Islam never bends on their values. Islam is always so strict, and they admire that about Islam and Muslims. You don't just bend because of whatever societal rules, or we don't bend or break because Islam is set. Islam has been set 1,400 years ago, and we don't deviate from that teaching.
actually reminds me that I see a lot nowadays, maybe it's on Twitter or on Instagram, I don't know, that Christians are saying, Islam sounds...
Yeah.
Because they are so tired of their Christian community, bending, like taking out whatever they want, from their faith and seeing others like just change it altogether. And they look at Islam like, these guys protect their religion.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Mm-hmm. Basically, they have no like shyness to change their religion because they're afraid of getting cancelled or afraid of not fitting in or whatever. Like, Islam doesn't care about your cancel. Islam doesn't care about your fitting in. It's about you fitting into Islam. So this one is a bit more of a lighter note. Unnecessary arguments.
There's a lot of those.
And again, it's not to nitpick. It's just to like kind of bring up the conversation.
Because these people are nitpicking.
Yeah. And most recently, the blessed month of Ramadan has passed. You see this every year. It's called Sehri, not Sahur. It's called... I don't know, Salah, not Namaz, whatever. Or maybe another popular one. It's actually called a convert, not a revert.
Or the opposite.
Or the opposite. And like this goes vice versa for every term. Like, bro, Islam is a universal religion. You get Muslims from every corner of the earth speaking different languages. So their terms in their language might be different, but it means the same thing. Don't get caught up and hung up on these small issues because it's a literal non-issue.
You understand what they're trying to say, just leave it. Like, there's no point.
Yeah. Who cares what it's called? Do you actually do it? It's called Sehri, not Sahur, but then still don't fast. What's the point? Dude, like...
And about the revert versus convert debate, like, I'm sure there's an actual, like, fiqh-based something to it, but now it's like when people just, it's revert, it's convert, just to say it, Like, for me, I said revert because that was kind of like trending when I converted. I say converted. And that's because in the Norwegian language, we don't say revert. Mm-hmm. We say konvertitt, which is converts. And now you also kind of made the Norwegian revert equivalent, revertitt. But it's just what was available at the time. I just used it, took it. I mix all the time. Literally... It's not that deep, bro. It's
like no matter what numbers you use on the back of your jersey in a football team, you're still playing in the same team. So don't go fight each other about it and like score an own goal.
Could be an own goal from the skipper.
Okay, like you're on the same team, guys. Like we all say assalamu alaikum,
Salam alaikum.
The hadith goes, a house is promised to you in Jannah if you leave the argument even though you're right.
Yeah.
Just think it's that.
And this next one is like me just going off a rant because I've been getting these comments for a bit now and it's really annoying, okay? And it's literally whenever, which is not often. I have maybe one post on my Instagram feed where I'm cooking and we are eating something.
Yeah.
And I had like one story from yesterday where I was eating a cookie that I made. And because the cameras flip the image, people think I'm eating with my left hand. And of course it's good to keep it with the sunnah, I understand, like... That's great. But to keep commenting like, oh, you're eating with your left hand, you have to eat with your right hand, it's sunnah. And yeah. I'm like, we are in 2023. Do you not understand? Do you not know that cameras flip an image? This is a very small matter, by the way. Like, it's not a big deal, but it's really grinding my gears, man.
I think this kind of feeds into a bigger picture. Like, sometimes what you think might be an issue is actually just a simple miscommunication or maybe misunderstanding
or technology
or whatever it is, it could be a non-issue, so don't make it into an issue. And of course there is people who don't know that you should be eating with your right or your left or whatever it is. And of course it's a good reminder, as we said, but how it's being said is very important. And again, this is a reminder to everyone, ourselves included. No one is infallible to making these types of mistakes and comments, but I think all of us should be aware that these comments have weight to it and saying things have meaning to it. Even though we might just be saying offhand or thinking like, oh, it's just an Instagram comment, it's just some random comment I'm going to post. It's not going to mean much.
Not only can it affect others, it can very much affect yourself because what you write on Instagram, it's not hidden to Allah. It's being recorded. It is as you were speaking those words to someone, literally. And you have someone on your shoulder who's writing this down. So just be very wary.
So this next one is more so of a general advice rather than like a specific example. But speak kindly and speak well to others, Muslim or not. Of course, it depends on the situation, but I've seen ones where someone is just asking, may I have the source, please? And the reply is so harsh and he goes, what the heck are you talking about? What the F, you know? This is why you don't know anything. Go and search it for yourself. Like, the person was literally just asking for the source. You don't have to get defensive and angry.
And just keep in mind that we are taught to assume the best of our brothers and sisters. And if you see someone who might not be Muslim and they're asking questions, questions are a good thing. That's how people learn. They could have just assumed the worst, or they could have assumed maybe what they heard their neighbors say about this certain topic or about Muslims, you know. It's good that they ask questions, so reply kindly. And if you can't, then shut up. Don't reply, man.
You would shut up. We were just saying
So
like
kindly.
we would say speak kindly. You're like, shut up.
It's for the joke. It's for the jokes.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, that's about it, really. We're not trying to nitpick. We're not trying to point fingers. Because, you know, when you point fingers, yes, your fingers.
Finger guns. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's it for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, share with someone you love. Share with someone who leaves dumb comments. And give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We're those people now.
Don't say it like that. It's
Yeah.
so cringe.
Super cringe, I know. We actually have footage of us saying that we will never be the people who said subscribe and smash the like button.
Majority of the people who see our content are not subscribed. So subscribe if you want to see more dumb comments.
Okay. We never have an outro, so that's our thing, I guess.
Yeah. We'll just stop here, I guess.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum. See you in the next one. So yeah, write your dumb comments in the comment section and we'll
we'll make
call
a
you
video
up.
about it.
Yeah. So when you have finger guns, you have 3. No. Okay. Done. That was pretty quick.